Hello and welcome to All Class Code. Today is the video 3 out of 3 for the React.js full stack tutorial. So you can see you have the content for the videos. It's 3 videos, and this third video will cover the steps 14 to 18, and it's the back end steps. First we have Firebase authentication, and okay. So here, let's check out the actual terminal, and what we find here is that I prepared a project. It's called Video 3, and that's the final code. So we're gonna open that up and use that as a reference, and then we're gonna do a code along with the project that we had as an output from video 2, and that would be the A4 clone. So that's the project I'm starting right now. So I'm not sure if I did, maybe I had to do yarn just to get the dependencies up and running, but let's see, what am I doing here? Here we're actually starting the video 3 project, and that project, let's see if that has its dependencies. It does. It's got the node modules. You saw that in the directory window. So then we can just start it. Actually, all we need to do is do a yarn start, and then we will have the project video 3 up and running. I'm going to open them up. Here we see the landing page for the course. You're welcome to go visit this down below in the description. You will find a link to that landing page, so you can sign up for this class. Even if you haven't done video 1 and video 2, you can start there and just follow through. So we have the landing page, and here we have the I do believe it's the full final project that we're gonna clone, because that had its dependencies already. So yes, now we have it's signed up for some reason, but now it's not signed up. So yes, this is the final project. You can see that we have updated to white Navbar animations, and we down below we have white footer section. In the A4 clone, I remember we had a red dashed Navbar item animations. So okay, so let's have a look at the Firebase. This is also the complete project. You see counters and you see products. So in the here you see the products. So because in the video 2 we didn't use database, so we had those products in an array. Now I'm putting the windows in a nice order. I'm gonna keep the index, the A4 clone, just next to the video 3 project. I'm checking out, here you see it's all in an array in the A4 clone. It's all in an array, but we want it to be in the database. And counters, it's just to give the users a unique ID, and then we have the users here. We save some data on them, first name and last name, and also we add them as users in the database, in the Firebase auth, and we use username, password, or email password for the auth. So yes, perhaps the perhaps the dependencies is already there. Yes, that is done. So now we can start the A4 clone project, and let's see what we have to work with, because we need to, that's the strategy, to turn this A4 clone into the completed project as well, completing the steps 14, 15, 16 and 17. So what we need to do is we want to have the project. Let's see what I'm doing here. Yeah, that's the project on 3001. On 3001 port we have, you can see that's where we left off with the video 2, an empty sign up modal. I'm placing the clone in the background a bit lower, the window for the Visual Studio Code Video 3 project. You can see there is a couple of modals in there. I want to have those modals in my project, so I'm basically copying and pasting them. Sorry. I'm copying and pasting them. That's the first step I do because I want those modals to be in the clone project. And now I'm checking out the Navbar. So yeah, I will need to update the Navbar because the Navbar in the Video 3 project, it's got a couple of important items. It's got the sign up, the sign in, the profile, and it's checking the user objects from the authentication. Depending on the user object, it shows the profile. If you're signed out, it won't show the profile. If you're signed in, then it will show it. And you see also I highlight the show model profile func. That is a JavaScript which basically sets a global variable. You see it there. It's a global variable that we use context API for, so we need to set that up. It just sets one variable, and then the model itself is got a use effect hook to initiate the window, and then it shows up. It's always there, but it's not visible until you set the global variable. So now we're working the modals. We're putting the modals into the home, the 3 home components that are used depending on if you click free home. It's a freemium React project that we have set up in this tutorial. So we have one free page, one premium, and one complete full page. So we're setting up those pages, and then we also do the imports. We need to do the imports, but it's kind of straightforward. So I'll just copy and paste those for you. So very good. And in the actual modal files, do we need to do something there? I don't think we need to do anything but we need to do in the context provider. Here we need to provide the global variables to show the modals. And if we want them to be persistent, we also need to add them in the 2 different use effects. So this is the context provider document. We use that to get global variables, and to get that, you have the import section. You have the down below. Here you see in the JavaScript section, we've added a number of variables that we want to be global. It's the triggers for the modals, and it's also the users login, and it's also the products list that we're going to get with the help of the database. We're going to get that from the but we need to create our database first. Here's the down below section of the context provider, where all the variables and functions that should be global and distributed to any consumer is listed into one variable called value. You see also filter products. That's to filter free, premium, or full filter for the array that holds the different product cards, the products. So I use a filter function for that. Depending on if I want to see the free ones, then I filter on free, or if I want to see the premium product, it's just one of them, then I will search on where it's not free, then it's got a dollar amount attached to that. Maybe we could have a look at that in the database. If we click Firestore database, we will see the products, and we will have a product with the price free. Also, we will have a product with the price something, $19. So this is all in the context provider documents. Very important documents. I use that a lot. I put all my global functions and global variables in one place. Makes it really easy to copy between projects, and I do that a lot because I want to be taking advantage of reuse. So what is going on here? It's get products. So yeah, so when we sign in to the app, I want to get the products. Then I would use the products from an array similar to the Video 2 project. I don't want to go get the data from Firestore, Firebase every update of the page. So I do it just when at the sign up. It's a design choice. If you want to go get the data or have a automatic reload of the product, you can do those things, but it's a design choice. So what are we doing here? We're still in the context provider document, and yes, we have that set up. I copied it from the video 3, so we got all those nice functions into the A4 clone. So now we have global functions so that when we sign in, we will read the data into an array that is global that we can use. But we have error codes. We have error codes with Firebase auth, and that immediately tells me, because I've done this before, that we do not have Firebase installed in this. We have the Firebase installed in the Video 3 project, but not in the app, the A4 clone. So I'm trying out a yarn add Firebase. I tried yarn Firebase first, but it didn't work. Of course, I forgot the add, so I do yarn add Firebase. And now it's adding the Firebase dependency to the A4 clone project. And while it's doing that, I'm looking at the actual steps that we're gonna do just to see if I haven't forgot anything. So we are using Firebase auth, we are doing the Firebase Firestore, and we're bringing it all together. And when we've done that, you have the chance to get the diploma, but to get the diploma you will need to do a similar video or composition in a document that I've done to show me that you master all of the technologies in this tutorial. So now the dependency has been installed for the Firebase, so I can start the app again. So I'm doing yarn start, and I see that I have a modal sign up that's duplicate because we already had one of those. But unfortunately, I deleted the wrong one. That's in a minute we will see that we will get the old modal sign up when we click sign up, and that will confuse me because and I know that of course because I pre-recorded the video, so I'm doing a voiceover just after I recorded, so I know that it's gonna be problems. Still, there's something with Firebase, but it's different. So yes, you need to have a Firebase file as well. You need to have that. So I'm copying that from the Video 3 project. And then you also see that there is API key, a Firebase config. We need to copy that from a new project that we need to create. I'm not sure if we already created that project. I don't think so. So I'm preparing just by putting an XXX. That's where we're going to paste the config when we have a project. And we do not have a database project, so we are creating one. Add project. We're doing add project, and then we just come up with some smart name for the project. So I will know that it's a database for A4 clone. It's number 2 because I already done one recording of this video before. I didn't nail it in the first round, so I had to do a second round recording this. So this is the XXX. That's where we're going to paste the Firebase config, and we're going to get that as soon as we've started our project. And also we need to do an app. It's just, don't worry, it's not we're going to do a full app. We're just going to, it's called app setting or something in Firebase. We're just going to do that. We click OK. So let's set up the authentication. as we are here anyway. It's just a matter of enabling it basically. So enabling and telling Firebase what kind of authentication we want to have. Google login, Apple login, or email password. We want email password. And for the Firestore database here, this is where we create the app. So first we create the database, and we're answering a couple of questions. Pretty straightforward. Just the defaults. We just say okay to that basically. And while waiting for the database to set up on the Firebase, we are checking out we did check out the landing page for the structure of the tutorial again. And yes, there is of course that error message, and now we have the project, we have the database, so now we can do a project settings and click that specific blue icon to set up an app, a web app. So here we call it something smart, A4 clone to app, so we know what it is, because after a while you have a couple of these, so you need to be able to separate them. So here we click OK, and then we go on with clicking OK, just the default set answers and default settings. Perhaps I did click that I wanted hosting, but we don't need to do that. You can do that later on, because we want to host. Here you have the setting. There we go. We just click config, radio button, and then copy the setting and then paste it in here. Sorry, I was talking about other things, so I hope you picked it up anyway. Just the radio button and click settings, and here you see it's the clone, because it's still the red Navbar, and also still there's the empty sign up, which confuses me. But I know that it was because I copied the wrong I copied the file and it got a duplicate, and I deleted the wrong one. I see that now because I click so now I'm correcting my mistake. I'm deleting the modal sign up and copying it from the Video 3 project. So I get the latest version, and still there is no action. Perhaps I need to refresh the browser. Okay, so it's okay, but now there is a problem with the graphics icon to close the window. It's an icon that's called close.png. I think it's just a matter of either the file is missing from the clone project, or it's I haven't referenced it in a good way. There is a specific way of depending on where you put your graphics, so you need to add the path in the correct way, and I'm pretty sure that I didn't add it in the right way. I have my close.svg in the assets folder. I do think I've got it on another place as well. So let's see what we have. The important thing is that it works, and I'm going to get it to work. So here we have it's in ./images close. So the question is, okay, so I'm going to switch to assets. So then I need the assets the assets directory to be correct. So it's not ./ it's probably just assets, but it doesn't work. So I'm doing a trial and error. Maybe I'm going for the images instead. So yeah, I'm going for the images. So I'm copying the close.svg from images and putting that in the public images folder. Let's see if I get that to work like I want it to, but risks are that I'm going for the images. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that works fine, so probably I'm going to go for that. I just need to make sure that it's the same on the different modals, because I want the nice graphics to close the window on all 4 modals. Is it enough with 4 moles? Am I missing one? No. It's only 4. I need a glass of water for sure. I'm not a very experienced YouTuber, because all YouTubers, they have a glass of water just next to them. Now you need to hear my dry voice instead. So what happened here? We got that all sorted with the graphic, and now we have the navbar. I think that maybe I haven't copied the navbar, so I'm copying the navbar now, because I want to get rid of the red navbar, and I want also to have the new options with the new navbar alternatives there. I want to have profile, I want to have sign in, sign up, I want it to work. So copying the navbar and then copying the context provider and copying the modals probably should get me going. Yeah, you can see here I have the new white navbar. I'm signed in of some reason. It's because I use global persistent variables. So even if I do a refresh, it doesn't forget. So, and here I have add mock. Add mock, that's very important. I'm clicking the add mock, and then it says it's going to add something to the database. I click OK, and now you will find that your new database, which we called A4 clone, you see that in the white window on top. You see that we got ourselves 2 collections, one counters and one products. And for the products, you see that we have those products that we wanted. So now we can go ahead and remove the products from the products pages. And here we are. I'm checking out the result if everything is done, but of course it's not, because I haven't done anything in the products pages. So I'm a bit confused, so I'm going for the footer instead. I want the footer, I saw the footer is red, so I want it to be white. So I just copy and paste the footer from the Video 3 project to the A4 clone, and now the footer is white. But how about the products? Yeah, this is the product component I would want to update, because it's a bit different. It's very similar to the complete one, but since I'm using an array, I'm not using an array any longer. I'm using the what I get from the Firebase, and I'm using the reuse that I have in my context provider. So the data structure looks a little bit different. Now I'm copying the products free. I'm copying the products premium, because here I don't use the array. Instead I use the database to pick up the products. I'm actually not using the database, because I'm using the products and filter products arrays, and I just use the database when I sign in. So I've copied the content of those 4 files, and now I'm doing the 4th. It's the products. I want the products to be, because it's a bit different in the parameter inputs, but it's the same in HTML and styling, but the JavaScript part of it was modified a little bit. So now I have the complete products as well, so now things should work. I'm not going to do that again. You don't just need to do the add mock once. Does it work? No, it doesn't work, because there's no products at all. Because we haven't signed in. It's when we sign in where the products array is populated with data. So now I'm signing up. First I need to sign up, because the database, the Firebase auth, hasn't got any users yet. So I'm adding for the first user by doing sign up. So I'm doing the sign up with me, and then it should all work. I should get a populated page. Yes, very good. So now we got database connected, full stack web app with premium products, free products, and a profile, which you can use this modal to update your first and last name. And then you get a confirmation modal. That's the confirmation modal when you hit enter. Very good. So I think this is it. So this is basically testing, a very primitive testing. I'm just testing out the user interface, that things work. I'm checking the database to see if it looks all right. I think I was missing the users folder, so I did a refresh. Now I see that yes, I have the first user, and yes, it's okay. And I do have Firebase auth, and there's the first user. I'm probably pretty happy now, so we're pretty much good to go, and that means that we have completed the full React.js full stack tutorial, steps 1 to step 3. I could probably record a video. I'm just checking the index.js if it looks good. It's okay. It's got the context provider. It's got the browser router. It hasn't got it. It didn't have the router. Yes, it got the router, of course. Yeah, so it looks good. And I'm using React 18. As you can see, I'm using React 18 for the index.js with the, let's see, for the app. The app it's not updated for React 18. We don't need to update it for the React 18. It's just the index actually for these projects. So, but there's some things to test. Of course, since I updated to React 18, perhaps there could be an error. I need to test that as well. So let's see if everything works. Yeah, nothing works. It doesn't work. The clone doesn't work. So it's blank. So there's some error, and it's since I upgraded to React 18. Actually, there is a change in the index.js. There is, yeah, of course, I need to start the project. That's step 1. Otherwise, nothing will work. But what am I missing? I'm missing the, yeah, because in React 18 they switched, so they don't call the root. they switched it, so they're calling the root app instead, I think. So you need to, in the index.js and in the index.html in the public folder, we need to go for calling the root app instead of calling the root. So here we go. You see it there in that there it's calling the root app. So we're going to we need to go to the index.html in the public folder to also call that, because that is like React previous before 18 version, we call it. So now we call it app. Very good. So now it works. And also from the, we haven't tested the sign-in yet. We only tested sign-up. So we're testing the sign-in feature if it works. And there's no reason why it shouldn't work by now. So it works. And now I'm probably gonna check I'm checking the final the syllabus for this course, and I see that we haven't done the hosting, so we haven't deployed the website. So we're gonna deploy the website. So I'm trying out with the Firebase in it. I'm assuming that I have Firebase CLI installed, and also that we are logged in, and I was correct in that. But now I'm very confused because I don't know which alternative to choose, and also I don't remember how to choose it. For some reason, you need to choose with the space bar, and also I need to choose between these things if I'm gonna do hosting, set up GitHub, or yeah. So I failed. I didn't click the space bar, but now I realize probably that yes, yes, it's the space bar. That's probably why they highlighted the space bar with the bold text. So I just go ahead and do it again, and then I find the different things here. It's the hosting. I'm probably going for the first. There's two hosting, but I don't know what the difference is between those two, so I'm just guessing I take the first one. But I still haven't got that spacebar thingy, so now I've decided I'm going for the first. I'm going for spacebar, but here I decided I'm going for the first project, first alternative. So I got it selected. So use an existing project. I know I'm going to choose that, and the project name, I'm going to choose that. What are you going to use as a public directory? Yes, I usually use build. I know how to answer that question, but this one I don't know how to answer. Single page app rewrite rules or blah blah blah. I don't know to put yes or no. So this time I just selected yes. Doesn't look good to rewrite all URLs to index, but I have an empty project, so it's okay. So then I said no to automatic build deploy with GitHub, and then I'm done. So probably, or actually, I have set up the hosting from the Firebase CLI side of things. So now I'm doing the yarn build. I always forget to do the yarn build. I need to build the project because it needs to be basically compiled and put into a unique folder, and then we can deploy it. But I think overall the Firebase hosting and deploy is pretty straightforward. Here we're checking the syllabus again, and we have completed the front end of things, step 1 to 13. And by now we have also done step 14, 15, and 16. So all we need to do is the Firebase hosting it, and it's working in the background. So probably we will have it ready in a sec or two. And now I'm testing the responsiveness of the landing page. Pretty good. I don't need to check the responsiveness because we did that in video 2 of the A4 clone. It's responsive for sure. So maybe I should test the, what am I doing here first? Now I'm doing the Firebase deploy. So it's deploying, it's loading this app up to Firebase hosting. Perhaps I could test the responsiveness of the A4 clone. That would be interesting. Here you see I'm testing actually the video 3, but there's nothing to do in responsiveness because those modals, they are the same size and same centering independently of the size of the device where we show the app. So responsiveness is okay also in video 3 and the app 04 clone. So here we have it deployed and we got the link. So now we can copy the link and put the link into the browser, and now we're running the web. Now we're running the deployed app actually. So I'm not gonna test all of the functions, but I'm testing sign in. Could be a reasonable good test to run. I'm signing into the app on the web, on the Firebase hosting. You can change that name in the Firebase hosting to something else than A4 clone, something nicer. And you can also change to a domain.com. So this is it. Thank you. All right. Good luck. Bye-bye.